Alright guys, so today's video is going to be explaining the strategy more in depth because I want to. I felt like the last video, any new guy who's trying to get into the markets would be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm talking about, pretty much. So let's get straight into it. Now, the market moves off of liquidity, right? By liquidity, I mean certain zones like highs and lows is where the market likes to go towards, right? So you see where this white line is, that is a high. And you see where, like, for example, this is a low, that one is a low, this one all the way down here is a low. This is all liquidity that the market likes to seek, right? Now, that's pretty simple to understand. I think everyone can kind of understand that. Like if we even go to the daily time frame, right? High, there's a high here, there's a high here, there's a low here, and yeah, there's a low all the way down here. Okay, so these are all just simple things the market likes to go towards. These are things that we like to target. Okay. Number two is to actually understand how the candles work. Okay, so every candle has a time where it closes. Now this depends on the time frame you're on. The D means daily, so every daily candle close makes a candle like this. Now what do these lines mean? That line right here, in case y'all can't see, some of y'all might be blind, that's okay. That line right there is where the candle has went. It's been there, but it didn't close there. Okay, so let's look at this purple box on the 1 hour, for example. So as you can see, the candle went up there, but it didn't close there. It closed down here, and then also the rest of the candles closed down here, which is why when you go back to the daily candle, it looks like that. So all that means is that the price went there, but it closed lower. Okay, this is very important. You need to know this. All right, take notes of the stuff I'm showing you, because if you're actually serious about learning, that you need to know this stuff. Now that you know how the lines work and how the candle works, it's just piecing it all together, right? If we look at this current line, that means price actually went down here. Price went down here, but it went all the way back up in the same day, back up here. Okay? So price went all the way back up here and we closed here. Because the daily candle finishes every day, I think at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Or like 11 p.m. the UK time, depending where you're from. But that's where the candle closed. Now, another thing the market likes to go towards is gaps, imbalances. Now, this is going to be a little confusing. This will probably be the hardest concept to understand. Some people understand it easier, some people don't really get it. Let's say I have this candle. If you guys, I think you guys can see my mouse. So number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay? There's 3 candles there. Pretend like the second candle doesn't exist. Or pretend like, actually, you know what? Pretend like the second candle is like a bridge. Okay? Now you see number 1 and number 3. Remember these lines I was talking about where price has been? It leaves a gap in the market. Now it's not an actual gap, because if there was an actual gap, the second candle wouldn't be there. That's why I tell people, imagine it's not even there, right? So what it would look like is like this. Okay? Number 1 to number 3's lines, the wick, we call it the wick. All right, not John Wick, we call it the wick. That wick pretty much means that price has been there. Remember that, okay? And then it didn't close there though. It's like a snail trail. If you guys ever watch SpongeBob and you see the snail leave a trail, it's the exact same thing. All right. So pretty much price loves to fill these imbalances. I'm going to show you a literally example right in front of our face. Right here, 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, the second candle is a bridge. Okay? So, as you can see, price did fill this, but it's done nothing. That's a whole different story because price is just ranging. If you watch my last video, I'm telling you guys price is just ranging. Yes, I'm too poor to not get TradingView Plus. All right, guys, I'm still in my humble beginnings phase. All right, so basically, yeah, that it means that price isn't going anywhere, but you don't have to worry about that right now. You little noob, all you gotta worry about is the imbalances like this and highs and lows. And remember how the candles work. Now we're on the daily candle. Let's go to the 1 hour candle. When price is fractional, by that I mean every candle has a story to it, right? So if you look at this candle right here where my mouse is, it went up here, but it closed all the way down here. Simple. It's like a snail trail, like I said. Now, how do we take trades? For example, if price on open, just for example, did this, where do you guys think I would target? I would target this imbalance because now I'm expecting price at the very minimum to fill this imbalance. It could go lower, it could take this low out, but I'm not taking that risk. My mentor has taught me, take the piece of the pie, not the whole pie. Don't be a fatty, all right? When you're a fatty, you get too obese. And every time you try to take too much from the market, it's not going to give it to you because it wants you to lose weight. All right? So, if price did this, all I would want is a simple retrace down here and then straight down there. Does that make sense? If this doesn't make sense, I don't know. I don't know how else I can explain it. Because, for example, that gap, this right here, would be the next draw to go towards. Okay? Let's do another example without a gap. Okay? If price opened up, when the price opens, like here, now it makes it very simple. Because you guys know what highs and lows are if you ever looked at a chart. I just want to retrace and then I wanted to take out this high. That's literally it. That is the easier one to trade towards. The second one is it's gonna be hard to understand. But you guys gotta remember, nothing is done in one day. Nothing is done in 1 hour. Nothing is done in even 1 week, 1 month. Alright? Looking at the chart, every single day is exactly how you're going to understand what I'm talking about. You can't just be like, one day I'm walking in, I'll hop on the chart. I'm like, yo, this is confusing. I'm not doing this. You're a loser, bro. Lock in, bro. Come on, lock in. You gotta lock in on that, bro. Nothing gets happened in one day. I don't go to Muay Thai first day and I'm able to knock the toughest dude out. I'm a bum. I don't go play basketball first day and I'm ready to go to the G League or the NBA or whatever, Like, I'm a bum. So understand you're a bum and you're learning. And one day you're not going to be a bum because you're going to understand how to trade. Okay? These gaps are very important to remember because not only can they be used as a target, they can be used as an entry to get into a trade. So if we go to the 1 hour, and like I said, price did this on open. Okay? When it does this on the open, it's going to make a gap. I want to enter off that gap just like that. Where's that drawing tool? I'm going to show you guys exactly how it would look without this stupid arrow. Hold on, guys. I'm not tech savvy yet and stuff. I'm just a trader. Hold up. Bro, where is this shit? Am I tweaking? This? Perfect. All right. Don't look at the drawing, but this is what the candles would look like, right? And then second candle is your bridge. You got to remember this is the bridge. This is what carries you to victory. You get what I mean? And third candle, boom. Now, obviously, I wouldn't want this much displacement. I'm just showing you guys an example. Okay. Now, simply, I would like to enter like this. All right. I'm not going to get a 1.3 risk reward. I'm just trying to show you guys an example of how it would look. Yo, guys, I got to get TradingView Premium, bro. Like, I got to stop acting like this, man. I'm such a... I can't say it, but I'm very stingy with my money. YouTube almost caught me. They're not going to catch me, bro. You could even do it like that. You could even enter halfway. Like, whatever you want to do to maximize your reward. Alright, guys. It will look exactly like this. There's no better way I can explain it. This is a gap. This is a clear gap. Remember, avoid this second candle. This doesn't exist. Alright? Or think of it like a bridge. The only one or the other way. 1, 3. Or 1 and 3. Like, doesn't matter which one's 1 and 3. As long as you understand that these lines don't touch each other, that is a gap in the market. Okay? Now let's go to an example that's not a gap. I think that will help a lot. How the hell do I get rid of all this now? Alright, hold up. Technical difficulties. Okay, it's all gone. Mostly gone. I don't care about those little dots, okay? Now, what is not a gap in the market? It would look exactly like this. Number 1. Ooh, yeah. See? Candles can do that. Candles can definitely do that to you, okay? Candle went all the way up there and closed way lower, okay? And then let's say this one barely even went lower. So that bottom part of the candle, it didn't go down a lot. It went up really high and then it closed lower, okay? So that means second candle starts here, very small candle, you know? Very, very small candle. And then third candle was right here. Okay, very small candle. Alright. Now, if we look at this, there's no gap because of this line right here. I really hope this is making sense to you guys. I'm trying my best to explain. There's no gap, right? They are touching each other. This line and this line are touching each other. Where's my rectangle, bro? There it is. See? Like, it's touching each other, so it's not a gap in the market anymore. That is the most important concept that you're going to have to learn, and it's going to take you, I would say, a smooth 5 to 6 days of actually locking in and looking at the price to understand what I'm talking about. This is still going to be like gibberish on day one. All of you guys trading whatever the first thing you see on YouTube, your supply and demand, like, you're cooked, buddy. All right, okay, last thing before I wrap it up is the news. Okay, this is very important. This is how the markets move a lot. Now, we don't want NZD. We don't care about NZD. So let me show you exactly how to filter it. You're gonna take off yellow, and you're gonna take off orange, and you're gonna take out all these pairs, and all you're going to keep is EUR, Euro, GBP, Pound, and USD. Now, how you're gonna show the whole week of news is you're gonna click on the date, and you're gonna my bad, guys. You're gonna click 14th to the 18th because that's the upcoming week, right? Yo, am I tweaking? Tomorrow's the 13th. How does it show the 4th? $20.25? Like, are we bro? Yo, I'm tweaking. Alright, my bad, guys. I was like, bro, am I okay? Alright, 13 to 17. That's this week. So this shows me all the news that I gotta not worry about, that I'm excited about. You gotta be excited about this, guys. But not at the start, alright? I'm excited because I'm experienced. You're just a noob. So don't be excited about this, but watch it. Tuesday at 8:30 New York time or Toronto time, wherever you're from. That is 1:30 in the UK and Europe and stuff, I think. Watch the market and see how much it moves and see what it does. You watching the market for like 2 to 3 weeks is actually going to help you understand how it moves, right? Like I said, nothing can be done in one day, and this is the best way to learn. If you look at 8:30 on Tuesday, I guarantee you're going to see some madness, bro. You know what I mean? I think I've pretty much covered everything. Is there anything else I could think of? There's order blocks. It's not that important. It's basically like the last candle before the move in the opposite direction. So, like for example, this one, it's not a strong order block because it didn't sweep it. It also has to sweep the low and then make the order block. Honestly, bro, don't even worry about that. You don't really gotta worry about that stuff. I'm just gonna confuse you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And last piece of advice is don't give up. It's hard to understand, but so is anything else. If you're getting into, like, I don't know, if you're getting into drop shipping, you're going to see everything. You're going to get overwhelmed, just like how you would get overwhelmed with trading. And if you're starting, my only advice would be don't tell everyone you're doing this, because if you're not a guy with determination and dedication to a craft, then what's the point of telling anyone, right? If you're going to tell someone, be dedicated to it until you make it out. When I started, I told everybody. I told the whole world. Everybody knew I was doing this. Anyone in my life knew I was doing this. But at the same time, I was so damn dedicated to making it work, I didn't care about telling whoever I wanted because I knew I was going to make it work from day one. Even when I was a degenerate gambler, I understood I was going to make this work. So if you don't have that confidence in you, if you're just trying to test it out and be a little sissy, then don't tell anybody. If you're serious about this, tell the whole damn world, bro. That's my opinion. Tell the whole damn world. Put that pressure on yourself and dedicate yourself to this craft to make it work. All right? That's all I got to really say, guys. Market opens in like 4 or 5 hours. Don't just take a trade straight away. Understand everything I'm teaching you because I'm teaching you for free. All right? This is all free content that people literally charge you hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. Right? And I'm not saying a mentorship is bad. Mentorship is the reason I'm here. But take advantage of all this content that I'm giving you, and I'm going to keep giving you, so you can make a way out for you and your family. All right, guys. Peace out.